So this is one prompt that you can use when you're trying to evaluate a commercial real estate deal. And it doesn't matter if it's retail, multifamily, self-storage, industrial. You can configure the prompt as you wish for the particular asset that you need to evaluate. And I used AI to help create this for me. So I used three different ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude to kind of refine and see what the gaps were with the prompt. And each one had kind of different insights. And so constructed this prompt. So first is always the role is really important, right? So I act as a senior investment analyst specializing in self-storage acquisitions, 15 user experience. Your objective is to deliver a comprehensive qualitative deal review. And the context also is key. So I need a strategic deal digest that cuts through the broker marketing to evaluate its true market position and potential focus on what the OM reveals and what it deliberately omits. So I think this is a really key part as well. And so it goes through and it creates all the different sections for this particular analysis. And the final piece to this is the output, which I really like doing with Claude, and that is create a single HTML file that incorporates all this information into organized tabs and visual elements to call up specific information for easier analysis. So it's going to create an HTML file, and it's basically a dashboard of the deal. So I went to listselfstorage.com, and this is where you can find self-storage listings, and I found this particular one and went ahead and downloaded the OM. So I'll jump over to Claude here. And so all I did was copy pasted the prompt, as you can see, the prompt and the OM into this. Okay, and then it went ahead and did its magic and evaluated the deal. And here's a written summary of that. But what I really like doing is having this visual dashboard. So I'll jump over here. This is just an HTML file that I went ahead and downloaded. So open up in this window here. And so in a matter of a few minutes, it created this comprehensive summary. So we have the executive summary, market analysis, operations, risk assessment, investment scorecard, and final verdict. So it's pretty incredible. You can skim through it and see it identified Class BC, early 2000, mom and pop, 586 units, no climate control, lowest rents in the market. So that's one of the value add opportunities to this particular deal. And goes down, gives you some rate analysis here. So kind of a high level summary tab, the market analysis. So pulled in the population, 4 facilities in the market, and how close they are. So it's already giving me some red flags here of all competitors are in a half mile, suggests oversupply. And then it pulls in some demographic information. Heavy reliance on agriculture and food processing creates vulnerability. That's really interesting. So our incomes, our growth, physical location quality, so visibility. So it gave us that analysis. And then the operations, so revenue upside potential, our occupancy, our market rent. And this is what I like about doing this because it already gives you these sort of red flags and different things that it highlights throughout the model. Pushing rates 19%. What could go right? What could go wrong? Expense red flags. This is always key. So, I mean, it's just incredible. It already identifies things that are out of range. Now, you could also specify in the prompt whatever thresholds you are looking for the expenses or even revenue for that matter, and to identify those and flag those. So these are just what it's basically estimating, but you could refine the prompt and basically have your own uh, projections in that prompt and compare the deal to those. And so that's operations, risk assessment, so red flags, no supply, no construction data or occupancy data from the competitors, age-related issues, deferred maintenance, that's always a big one with older facilities, and then oversupply concerns, tenant information, and challenging the assumptions. That's great. So again, this is just a game changer. And investment scorecard, so it goes in and rates different qualities about the facility and then gives you a composite score, key score insights and an interpretation of it. And this is the first time actually doing this prompt with a deal. So as I'm going through this, this is just pretty insightful stuff. Does this wonderful underwriting? Yes. Rate delta capture, so that's a big item for the deal. Must obtain before binding offer, and it gives you some information there that you should look into further. And then the financials that are needed to properly evaluate it, condition assessment, zoning, property tax, and so cap rate or capex budget. Yeah, so I mean, if you're an underwriter, depending on whatever asset class you're in, this is how you should be evaluating deals, at least for initial screen, because drawing these insights is just it's just incredible. So just wanted to show you this video. I hope you learned something from it and can apply it to whatever workflow or your deal analysis and follow for more. Thanks for watching.